KW Physics, I'm Mr. McConley. We're going to go over one of our homework problems that we had last night that people were struggling with. So go ahead and read that, Lucas.
Cheyenne has a mass of 52 kilograms. She rides the up escalator at Ocean Park in Hong Kong. This is the world's longest escalator with a length of 227 meters and an average inclination of 31 degrees. How much work does the escalator do on Cheyenne?
Alright, so we're looking for the work done. And the first thing you have to clarify in your mind is, what direction are we interested in figuring out the work? Are we trying, is an escalator interested in figuring out horizontal work? No, that's not what escalators do. The escalator, the point of an escalator is to rise you to a higher elevation, to raise you up, right? And ultimately it does that by just moving along an incline where you stand on the stair. So what you're interested in finding, is how much work it took to take you from this level here to this top of this escalator right here. So we're thinking work is force times distance. But we're thinking about the force being up and down, vertical, and we're thinking about the distance being up and down, vertical. Therefore, it'll give us the vertical work. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. Now, the first thing is, you need to realize that this is a distance, right here, of 227, and it's on the diagonal. But that will allow us to find this distance right here, which is on the vertical, because it's a triangle. So if this is the distance, I can find this distance. So we're going to do that by sine. Sine of 31 degrees is equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse. And when you solve for that distance, it turns out to be 116 meters. Which, by the way, if you've ridden escalators, is a huge escalator. You don't see anything like this at the mall. Okay, this is a big one. So, we got our distance now, 116 meters. And all we got to do is figure out our vertical force. So, what is it that you're trying to do the work on? What are you raising from this height to this height? And the answer is? Cheyenne. So, how much force does it take to lift Cheyenne up? Well, that's not too bad, because we know from previous physics that the force of gravity, in other words, someone's weight, is their mass times gravity. So we're going to take the mass of Cheyenne, 52 kilograms, and we're going to times it by gravity, 9.81 meters per second squared, which will give us about 510 newtons. We bring that up here, 510 newtons, times the distance that we raised Cheyenne, 116 meters, and we will find, when we, and a little bit of rounding here, we will find it's about 59,000 Newton meters, which is 59,000 joules of work. So 59,000 joules of work has been done.